Welcome to the initial session of our learning material. In this session, we will provide an overview about the structure of our learning material, and we'll give you some ideas on how to use the learning material depending on the target group you belong to. So we will start this presentation by providing an objective of the teaching material. So here we would like to give you some ideas and some thoughts that you understand the underlying information and motivation that triggered the creation of the teaching and training material. Then we will give you some information about the parties that were involved in this project and therefore also involved in the creation of this teaching and training material. So here we will give you an overview about the 4 universities that cooperated within this project. Then we will give you a detailed information on the usage of the material. That means this material that will be presented here is meant to address several target groups. And depending on the target group you belong to or you count yourself to, you might have a different workflow in consuming this material. So here, depending on your perspective, if you're either a beginner or an advanced data scientist, or if you are a student who is interested in data science for social good in general, we provide different approaches and a different combination of the existing training material in order to give a target group specific entrance to this topic. Then we will provide information about the content. In general, our learning material is structured into 6 different sessions, whereas each session can be consumed individually. So if you're interested in one particular topic, then please feel free to either access the slides or the video material that is provided on our platform. Or if you are a student or a teacher, you might be interested in the full course. And this means that you can watch all sessions one by another. So let us go to the objective of our training and teaching materials. It is relevant to know that this teaching and training material was derived from the project EPSILON. EPSILON is an abbreviation for European Platform for Social Data Science, Incubation, Learning, Operation, and Networking. And it was a project conducted with partners from Germany, Portugal, Cyprus, and Lithuania. And the scope of this project was to address the needs of European Data for Good initiatives. European Data for Good initiatives are initiatives mainly organized by volunteers who are data scientists in a normal or regular corporate and who provide data science services to social or public organizations in their free time. So we tried to help or support these voluntarily organized groups by providing workflows and tools to help or to support them in their daily business. And we also want to merge the knowledge all over Europe within one platform, which is the European Knowledge Platform, which was also a result of this project. And based on the learnings that we had and on the knowledge that we were gathering for the platform, we established a new Data for Good initiative in Lithuania. And as we trained this Data for Good initiative with the existing knowledge, this knowledge of training a new squad was also incorporated into the learning material. So this brings us to the second target group of or second scope of our project, which is the education institution with degrees in data science. Therefore, we created target group specific learning materials, which can be used by students or university teachers, as well as people who are enthusiastic about data science in general. So people who want to learn about data science, or organizations who are interested in potential data scientific solutions for their problems. So these are the different target groups that we try to address, and the teaching and training material is conceptualized to meet all the needs for the different target groups in a different structure. So the partners of the project are from Harz University of Applied Science, which is a small university of applied science in the center of Germany, and Vilnius University, which is located in Vilnius as well as in Kaunas. And here it is the largest university in Lithuania and one of the oldest in Central Europe. Also involved in this project was the Nova School of Business and Economics, located in Lisbon, which is the leading business school in Portugal. Then, last but not least, the University of Cyprus was involved, which is the university in Nicosia and the most important educational institution in the Republic of Cyprus. So if you are interested in more information about those 4 partners, please visit the relevant homepage or respective homepage of each university. More information about the partners is also provided on the learning platform that is created by this project. So as part of the project, there was knowledge which was generated and summarized based on interviews, benchmarking reports, desk research, and literature research. And we tried to structure the gained knowledge, and we prepared 6 modules that deal with different topics which are relevant in the context of data science for good. Here, we took into account that both learning styles, self-studying and classroom teaching were addressed. And here you will have access to the slides via our learning platform, access to video material also via the learning platform, and it's up to you in which way you want to consume this material. We have to note that this material is addressing beginners and advanced level. As this is a challenging task to address both, we decided to split the material into a part which is made for beginners, so to say, for those who are not familiar with programming and who have no idea about data science, and an advanced level, which addresses people who are familiar with programming and have computer science skills. So therefore, we had different target groups, students and data scientists, as well as NGOs and academic teachers. How to use the slides will be presented on the next slide. Here we prepared a graph in order to illustrate how you should use our material. So going from the left to the right, you see you have either basic or advanced level. So here we do have the structure of our course. And here you have to decide if you're basic or level without computer skills, without programming skills, or if you're advanced level with programming skills. If you are a basic learner or at the basic level, we prepared the video material based on these slide decks, which were meant for basic level. That means we provide an introduction about data science itself in general and provide a special introduction into data science for good. As well, we provide an overview about existing data science for good or for social good initiatives in Europe. Based on these knowledge, these introductory knowledges, we provide idea about typical projects that were conducted in the field of social data science in order to give an idea about what is possible and how a typical project looks like. Here, we have to say that due to the fact that all over Europe initiatives are heterogeneous and individually organized, we selected 4 different use cases, which were from our point of view representative for a typical data science for good project. However, have in mind that each project is individually and depends on the partnership, on the organization, and on the data scientists that work on the project.
And here we provide the basic level of problem statement description. So we provide an idea about the problem of the organization that was tackled within the project. And we provide a description about the organization within the project. And we give you an idea about the solution that was derived. Then we provide a conclusion and an outlook. If you're advanced level, the difference lies here in the use cases. For advanced levels, we do provide a deep dive into the selected use cases by provide a detailed problem statement, a more technical problem statement, so that we talk about the methods that were applied as well as the programming codes. And we provide a description on the codes that were generated within the progress. And here you have the chance to also get a link to the respective GitHub repository in order to rebuild this project that is described. So this is basically the difference between basic and advanced levels. So we added the computer science knowledge here in the session where we talk about the showcases. On the other hand, if you are not interested in a full class of data science for good, we provide the direct access via our platform for NGOs or for data science enthusiasts. So if you're an NGO and you want to know what is possible with data science for good, for instance, you want to request help from data scientists, then those selected use cases might work as an inspiration for you. Here you will find the idea about the use cases in the basic level, that you get an understanding about the challenge, about the problem, about the necessary data, and about the solution that was generated. If you are a data science enthusiast and you either want to create your own team, your own squad, or you want to train yourself because you are in front of a project, then just go to our platform, check out the selected use cases, and you can directly dive into the problem statement, and into the programming languages. And here I have to say that we do not only have 4 typical use cases which are present in our slides, we also have additional use cases there which are not presented here in this class. However, they are available on our platform so that you have a lot of self-assessment training material and you can try to replicate those problem statements. So this is basically the structure of the course and how you could dive into the course. And again, we would like to point out that each session is either consumable in a row or individually isolated from each other. So you can also just pick one session and listen to that session or go through the slides. So just to provide you a brief description about the modules, here we have the introduction. And within the introduction, we will provide an overview about data science in general. We will provide the connection between data science and big data, and we give you an idea about the probably largest obstacle when it comes to data science projects. It is the data processing. And also, as working with data is critical, we spend some thoughts about the ethical issues you should have in mind when it comes to working with data. In our second course, we will give an overview about data science for good. So we will define what is social good in order to discuss data for good in more detail. So here we will present internal and external data sources which should be available within a project. And we will give you an idea about the data science for social good movement and about the scope of data science for social good. Then, given that we define data science for social good, we will provide a landscape, a European map that is also available on our platform to give an overview about all initiatives that were identifiable by our research that work within Europe and that provide data science services for social organizations. And here we have to say that although we use the name data science for social good, there are initiatives that are subsumed under this name. However, they're called differently, like correlate or data kind. So therefore, we prepared a landscape that you are able to identify all those initiatives. And we give you an idea about the structure of the initiatives and about key indicators that make those initiatives distinguishable. Then when it comes to the use cases, as I already mentioned in the structure of a course, we will provide the beginner's level of our use cases. These use cases are typical use cases from our point of view and provide an idea about representative projects within the area of data science for good. So if you're interested in the advanced level, just go to our homepage and get directed to the GitHub repositories or check the advanced slide deck that deals with a commentated code lines. Then, based on the selected use cases, we talk about 4 different projects. So we will provide different projects in more detail, namely 4 different projects dealing with different technical issues. The first project takes place in Paris and is basically an intelligent data visualization tool. So it is a dashboard that allows for data visualization. The second project deals with 2 tools that help to predict and to categorize unemployment, long-term unemployment, and to recommend adequate training opportunities for people who are at high risk of being long-term unemployed. So it is a prediction tool and a recommendation tool that is developed here. The third project deals with the COVID mortality surveillance platform in Portugal. And it's basically a programming pipeline that helps to collect unstructured data from the World Wide Web and helps to structure this data and to pre-process this data so that we do have a structure so that we can work with the data. And then the fourth project that will be described in our slide deck is a way to visualize domestic violence data. Again, similar to project 1, it's a data visualization. However, here we do have the aspect of data aggregation. So to create a repository for different data sources, and the data, in contrast to project 1, here is unstructured data stored in PDF documents. So here this tool helps to squeeze data out of documents and then to visualize it in a dashboard format. So if you're interested, just check out the session 4 and go through the use cases. Then, based on the use cases and the desk research and interviews that were conducted within the project, we derived certain best practices that should help teams, data science for social teams, to conduct successful projects. And just to go briefly through the best practices that we identified, it is basically the qualification of a project, so that helps you to identify good projects. And it is about the requirements of a successful project in order to get the pre-requirements that should be available in order to run a project. And then we provide a data maturity concept, which helps a team or an organization to evaluate the existing data situation within an organization. Then we spend some thoughts about finding a partner and which volunteers should be staffed to a data for good project. And then when the project is at the initial phase, we help to scope the project by providing the identified best practices. Then, when the project starts, we provide idea about the typical data for good project lifecycle. So which communication should be taken into account, how often you should meet, or how you should be in touch with the partner. And then we summarize our findings and the best practices for running a project. And we give the relevant thoughts about ethical and legal concerns that you should be able to answer whenever you work with data. Then at the end, we provide idea about the typical output of a project and the typical organizational structure and the necessity of a legal entity. The final session is session 6, and in here we provide a brief conclusion about the previous sessions, and we also give a summary and an outlook about all the things that should be addressed for further research. So we hope you enjoy our material, and please feel free to use the material in the order you feel best with.